These are Viberg Service Boots in aged bark Nubuck leather. After almost a decade, they've seen better days. So, to freshen them up, I did the unthinkable. I stuffed one of them with Venetian Shoe Cream. So, let's tackle the other boot together, but please don't tell the private Viber chat about this video. Before we get started, I wanted to say that nowhere in the world is applying wax, oil, or Venetian Shoe Cream typical maintenance for Nubuck and corrected grain leathers. As a matter of fact, many, including ChatGPT, would tell you not to do this at all. It would likely be impossible to reverse this process, so unless you're willing to experiment, don't do this. Consider this entertainment, but otherwise, let's get started. To quote-unquote wax these boots, we will need Venetian Shoe Cream, obviously, some horsehair brushes, a shoe tree or crumpled paper, a hairdryer, and optionally some gloves. The boots are relatively clean, so we'll just need a quick brush down to get started. This ensures we won't be waxing dust or lint onto the boots. As you can see from the example in the back corner that I already completed, the Venetian Shoe Cream gives the boot an almost full grain look, and it feels that way too. It doesn't feel at all waxy or sticky once the cream has fully absorbed. And of course, the color of the boot darkens quite a bit, so keep that in mind. Insert the shoe tree or paper to give the boot some structure, and that will make the application of the cream much easier. We are ready to begin applying Venetian Shoe Cream to the boot. There's no real technique here. It's basically going to be slathering on multiple coats at first, indiscriminately. As you progress through the numerous applications, you'll start to notice areas that require more attention, and I found those to be the parts of the boot towards the welt. And sometimes entire panels accept the cream differently than others, and you might need more or less for those particular panels. As you can probably tell, these Vibergs are Goodyear welted, not stitched down, which could place the age of this pair at around 2015 at the oldest. The aged bark leather from the Seidel tannery is still in circulation, but mostly in the form of rough-out boots, not the smooth-out Nubuck like you see here. Although I'm drastically changing the look, aged bark is still a beautiful leather. I don't think the smooth out variety patinated all that remarkably though, so we're not losing much with this transformation. A byproduct of the waxing is that the original imperfections in the hide may appear kind of out of nowhere, but just figure that's a little bit more character, if anything. The reason I'm being rather brutish with my application of the cream is because the leather can absorb a lot of it. I used the term stuffed earlier in the video, and it's really in jest, though there's some truth to it. After a leather is tanned, tanneries need to reintroduce oils, fats, and waxes back into the hide, along with dyes, of course, to restore the supple nature of the leather. After 10 years of use, what I'm doing here is rather similar in concept to what's called wet stuffing, which takes oils and waxes, emulsifies them so they can be readily absorbed into the leather. Emulsification is a process where the oils and waxes are vigorously mixed into a liquid to break them down into smaller particles, and the emulsifying liquid keeps them suspended. It's no different than whipping eggs with oil to make mayonnaise. The reason I use Venetian Shoe Cream is because it's a liquid that's very easy to handle and apply. A liquid that suspends waxes like lanolin and beeswax along with oils like almond oil. A tannery would utilize the same waxes during the industrial wet stuffing process, though their emulsification will be much more effective, as you'll see shortly. After I complete the first application of Venetian Shoe Cream, I will need to use a hairdryer and heat the boot. The reasons for better penetration: you'll see a film of leftover oils and waxes resting on the surface, and the heat will be the only way to stuff them into the leather. Because we'll be heating the boot many times over, and should you try this process yourself, don't do this to a boot where the outsole is not stitched through completely from the welt. The heat cycling can easily degrade the adhesive between like a wedge outsole and the midsole of the boot, especially if it's an older pair. This reminds me of another conditioning process that tanneries employ, which is hot stuffing. The name gives away that heat is required because the types of waxes and oils that this method uses are solids at room temperature. Inside a heated drum, hides are combined with the conditioners and tumbled to ensure they get absorbed. Ultimately, many leathers are made with both wet stuffing and hot stuffing, along with fat liquoring, with the latter being just fats and oils, not waxes, introduced into the hide with water as the emulsifier. The number of applications or coats of Venetian shoe cream a boot would need could be as little as one, but you'll see me do like 4 or more coats as I try to get to the point where it's so saturated that it won't accept any more of the waxes. There's no specific reason for this other than my personal preference and trying to achieve the darkest color I can. I mentioned imperfections earlier, and I assume that's one of the main reasons Nubuck leather even exists, being able to salvage a hide by lightly sanding off the top layer of the grain, which removes scars and scratches. This results in a lower value hide, but that translates into more affordable boots, potentially, and not necessarily with Vibergs though. Regardless, this process allows anyone to spruce up a pair of boots that could otherwise stain quickly from most any liquid, water, grease, oil, or otherwise. That's one of the main purposes of the various stuffing processes tanneries do. By filling up the small gaps between the fibers of the leather, they make it much more difficult for any other liquid to absorb. With fats being hydrophobic, it's even more resistant. And if you want to take it to the highest level of water resistance, silicone can be introduced as a coating to the fibers, increasing the hydrophobic nature of the leather. You see that in leathers such as the inner moccasin leather used by Russell Moccasin Company and the Shackleton leathers utilized by Nick's Handmade Boots. I'm going to film some close-ups of the hair drying of the leather. After 3 or 4 applications, you'll see it get a little bit more difficult for the waxes and oils to take. The water evaporates, leaving a light whitish film. This is not necessarily a bad thing because we'll brush that leftover wax with a horsehair brush to achieve a low to medium shine, and that really completes that full grain leather effect. So with a horsehair brush, I'll polish the leather with the quickest strokes I can muster. Remember, it's not about pressure. Speed is more important. After a few minutes of that brushing, the upper is essentially complete. And to me, it looks so much better this way. At this point, I treat the boots like any other full grain boot I have. A light reapplication of shoe cream will perfect or restore the shine. But we aren't stopping the video just yet. Since the boots are a bit old, the edge finish has worn off, and I like to touch that up to elevate this transformation even more. The edge is in decent shape, so I'll just use 400 and 600 grit sandpaper to smooth out the midsole and outsole. Have on hand a dauber brush, paper towels, some type of round object to flatten the leather fibers after sanding, and your edge finishing of choice. In this case, I will use Tan Coat from Fibings, which I bought from Amazon. Starting with the 400 grit, followed by the 600 grit, lightly sand the midsole and the bevel edge of the Goodyear welt, the heel stack, and the rubber of the outsole. When the sanding is complete, wet a paper towel and wipe down the edges of the boot. While the edge is still damp, I'll use the handle of a brush to compress the leather fibers. I've read some folks like using a large Sharpie marker's rounded end to burnish the leather, but just make sure the edge is dry before moving on to the final step. With a wool dauber brush, I will apply Tan Coat to the leather and outsole edges, taking care to get some of the liquid onto the bevel edge of the welt. I will do one application of the Tan Coat, but depending on your needs, you may apply multiple. Should your midsole be really worn out though, please consider dyeing the midsole edge before applying a sealant. And there we have it. The boot is done and the pair is finished. Obviously, everything you read about conditioning nubuck is the exact opposite of what you saw in this video, and I can't say I ever recommend doing this. But if you have a well-loved pair of nubuck boots lying around, I wouldn't be surprised if you can rekindle the desire to wear them after a few coats of Venetian Shoe Cream. Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot.